You'd have thought the reception was for the President of the United States, a movie star, or an astronaut on the eve of man's first attempt to reach Mars.
Wait for me.
Ordinarily, I'd have been surprised that a relatively obscure scientist attending a relatively small conference in a relatively disinterested French resort could create so much excitement. But this was no ordinary occasion, and Professor Edmund Bartlett was no ordinary man.
Welcome, Professor Bartlett. I am Professor Rigaud of the Académie des Sciences.
How'd you do?
I have the honor to greet you on behalf of my colleague. Pardon, monsieur. Je vous en prie, laissez passer.
Excuse me. I'm just going to get it. Maybe. Sometimes later I try and talk to you later.
The crowning event of the week will, of course, be the lecture by our honored guest, Professor Bartlett, on some of the implications of his spectacular breakthrough in the field of synthetic fuels.
His breakthrough is not his breakthrough, it's mine. No, listen. I was his research student at St. Andrews University. The great Professor Bartlett stole it off me. He's a liar and a thief. He tried to put me off and he told me it was rubbish. And here he is announcing it as his own. No, listen. But get off me, listen. He stole it from me, I tell you. The man is a fraud and a thief. Get off me. No, wait a minute.
I've seen him before in my life.
Hey! You were great.
Yes, I thought I got the tone of it rather well.
Just what I expect from the famous Simon Templar.
Listen, I'll get back to you, all right?
Hotel Provençal.
Vite.
Monsieur?
Toombs, Sebastian Toombs.
Oh, yes, Mr. Toombs. You're in 309. Your baggage has arrived from the airport and it is in your room. If you will sign, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sebastian Toombs. Do we know him?
He hasn't come up in any of our research.
Well, he should have. If he's worth anything in his field, or we in ours.
Unless Bartlett really did rip him off, and even he didn't know what he had until Bartlett took credit.
Possible, but not probable. In either event, I think we ought to find out a little bit more about Mr. Sebastian Toombs. If he is quality merchandise, we want him. Either going our way or out of our way.
Why do I have to have a father who invents things?
I think creating a substitute for petrol beats hanging around the local pub every afternoon. Come on. In there.
But it's reporters.
Look, just shh. In there, go on.
All right, young man, let's hear it. Now, you stand up in the middle of a major conference shouting that I've stolen your recipe. Well, I'd like to hear, before I rip your liver out, just exactly what you think you're talking about.
Professor, I quite understand your...
My process is my own. And so is my honor. If ever in my life I've stolen so much as a whiskey from another man's locker, I'd like you to tell me so. To my face, right here and now, in private.
Daddy?
Professor Bartlett, meet Miss Emma Bartlett.
What the devil are you doing here, lassie?
Employing me to watch you, I'm afraid.
Watch me?
Yes. Now, look, Professor, why don't you and I go and take a little walk, hmm?
I'll be taking no walks. Thank you very much.
Look, your daughter is simply worried for you, that's all.
Nonsense, man.
And with very good reason. You're a big fish with a big secret.
Aye, well, it won't be a secret for long. I came to this convention to make it so public that they'll have to recognize it. All those big oil corporations and consortiums, always stuffing independent progress away onto the back shelf somewhere.
Yes.
Won't happen this time, I can tell you that.
Yes, I take the point, Professor.
Now
but
listen,
look.
just tell me this. Just tell me. Do you know how many life-giving breakthroughs are locked away in a closet per annum by the big money fellas with their...
Yes. Can we just get back to the point in issue, which is your security?
Now, look here, lad. Now, right now, I only want one thing.
I quite agree. A drink. Look, I'm sorry about that rather heavy scene back at the convention hall, but at least nobody's going to accuse me of being concerned for your welfare.
Laddie, I tell you and I tell that silly daughter of mine, I've no need to be cosseted. Why do they have to ruin good whiskey by putting ice in it? Only thing ice is good for is packing fish. Look, I haven't been peeking into a microscope for all that long that I can't throw a good right hand, you know.
That I believe.
I've swung a pickaxe for every minute of chemistry that they've taught me.
Yes, Emma's already told me that you've turned away 2 rather tentative probes from foreign powers in the last year alone. You're valuable, they want you. And the general consensus is that they mean to have you, one way or the other.
What do you think they're going to do, eh? Kidnap me?
Well, it is possible, yes.
When I announce the application of my theory, who's going to bother needing me then, eh? Nobody. Not even Edie Amin. I mean, my daughter's a well-meaning girl. And you're a... Well, I assume that you're a well-meaning man. But I've not needed you. And I don't. And I won't. I thank you for the drink, laddie, if nothing else.
There's a car over there. Why don't you step into it?
Sure, I can't think of a single good reason why I shouldn't. Casino, please. Scenic route, if you don't mind.
Shut up.
Wherever we're going, is it far? I hate to have you two on a talk show. All right, stop the car.
All right, now you're going to be a nice boy and give me a gun.
You, out. In.
All right, gentlemen, just carry on as if I wasn't here. Take me to your leader. It's a convent. You've brought me to a convent. Right. Out.
It's London, sir. Accounts and appropriations.
May the gods shrivel all accountants to a smoking crisp. Philip, my dear chap.
All right, gentlemen. After you.
Look, Jones, all the department is paying for is the champagne, and that's not even vintage.
Well, well, well. If it isn't old Maxie. You sent for me, did you, Maxie? I must say the Secret Service are doing well these days, aren't they?
Cartwright, do not expect my operatives to be brought back as the prisoners of those they were sent to bring in.
Ah, you mustn't blame yourself, Maxie. Good help is hard to find these days. Even poor old DI-6 has to take what it can get.
Tell me, Cartwright, just who do you suppose this person to be?
Sebastian Toombs, sir. Man who threatened Professor Bartlett at the conference.
Sebastian Toombs? All right, Templar. Just what's your play in the game?
Emma Bartlett was worried about her father. She asked me to look after him.
Well, calling him a fraud in public is an odd way of doing that.
Oh, come on, Max. It's ploy number 3 in your beginner's manual.
Looking after Professor Bartlett is my department's job.
Perhaps if you told Emma Bartlett that, she wouldn't have felt she needed me. Or perhaps she would have felt she needed me.
Don't push your luck, Sonny.
Mind you, your style of protection is way over my budget.
The villa belongs to a rich cousin of mine. He sells swampland in Florida. One gets a little sick of being disqualified from living just because one works for the government.
These ladies work for the government, too.
I don't like you, Templar. I don't like your attitude to authority. And I don't like you meddling in the affairs of the service. But I also don't trust your motives in this matter. So I'm warning you. Put one foot wrong and I'll have it nailed to the floor.
Well, you better do it yourself, Max. Because if we leave it to our friend here, he'll probably hit his thumb.
What do you like without a fire extinguisher?
Fairly handy with a soda siphon. You're beginning to grow on me. What's your name?
Pierre. Monsieur.
Have a cigar, Pierre.
Thank you.
That was lucky. You're going to be sorry you did that, Four Eyes.
Hold it just for a moment, please, sir. I am, I believe, obliged by law to inform you that I am a karate exponent of the highest order. I am required so to warn you at least 3 times. Please consider this your first warning.
That was your second warning. And that was your third and last warning. From now on, I believe the expression is, the bets are off. All right, now it's question time.
I've heard of ministering angels, but champagne.
For the fevered brow, it's the only thing.
How is it for the fevered neck?
Best applied internally. Cheers. I'm Samantha Lord.
Sebastian Toombs.
What are you doing on the floor?
Well, I was looking for a cufflink.
I think you'd have a better chance of finding it without those.
Where'd you spring from, anyway?
Oh, I have a suite on this floor. I was just coming back from the yacht to collect something.
Sweet. Yacht. Listen, if you're trying to impress me, don't push it. I'm impressed.
I was passing the door. It was open. And I never could resist a gentleman in distress.
Now what makes you think I'm a gentleman, eh?
Oh, hi. I'm from the Herald Tribune.
Cancel my subscription.
I do hope I'm breaking something up.
Sweet thing. Your sister?
No, I'm the local science correspondent. I just thought one of us might at least interview Mr. Toombs vertically.
Well, I wouldn't want to lie here in the way of a Pulitzer Prize.
You know, I really don't know how to thank you.
Thought you were doing that.
Bitterness is a terrible thing, dear. I'm really very easy to thank. Take me to lunch.
I'd be delighted. Where do I find you?
Thought you were doing that, too.
The lobby. 1 o'clock shop. Oh, and do help yourself to champagne. It can brighten up the dullest occasions.
Who was she? Your leg man?
Somebody knocked me out and she revived me.
And while you were out, my father went out.
Where? Who with?
To know, to see someone called Boothroyd.
Relax. Max Boothroyd is head of section with DI-6. He's here to look after your father, too.
DI-6? But why didn't he tell me he already had protection?
I didn't want to alarm you.
I was already alarmed. Why do you think I called in Simon Templar?
Oh, well, I didn't know that at the time.
It's a pity you did that, Miss Bartlett. I don't trust Templar. He's unpredictable and he's shady.
You can't be serious.
There's a freighter carrying material bound for Angola passing through the Mediterranean. It'll be off this coast in 48 hours. I don't rule out anything or anyone, particularly Templar.
So, what do you do for your yacht and your suite at the hotel? And these rather incredible-looking rocks, eh?
I sell genius.
Genius?
I run a sort of employment agency, Genius Incorporated. We don't handle anyone with an IQ lower than 170.
You mean people like that really need people like you to find them jobs?
Oh, you'd be surprised how stupid really brilliant people can be. They're usually only working for 1/3 of what they're worth, and we help them to find their market value. Oh, this is really nice. How's yours?
How was it?
Delicious.
How's yours?
About the same.
So that's what you're doing down here. You're prospecting genius.
We go to all the scientific congresses. That's the sort of talent that pays off today.
Certainly pays off for you, doesn't it?
I was in a hurry. I was hungry until I was 15, and I played to win.
And you do win, don't you? Listen, you're absolutely mad about the food here.
No, not absolutely.
They do a terrific room service back at the hotel.
I've never tried it.
You've never tried it? You haven't left. Oh, perfect, perfect. It's just that my secretary worries if I'm late back from lunch.
That's it.
Hello? Yes? May I tell him who's calling? Oh, you sound different. Well, yes, I said he was here, but... Yes.
Hello. That's Professor John Bartlett here. Who's this? Ah, that's you. Yes? Oh, well, if you sound that adamant, all right. No, thank you very much. I can still get my body into a taxicab. Yes. 15 minutes, then. Stuff and nonsense. I tell you, it happens as all. My brain's addled. I say I don't eat vegetables. You get me eating vegetables. I say I sleep with the window closed, and you get the curtain drapes blowing with fresh air all night. Now this silliness.
Where are you going?
Now, what's the worried look for now, eh? Either I listen to the man or I don't. Now, he said it's important that I meet him at the harbour. All right, so I'm going to the harbour.
Well, I don't think you should go.
First it's listen to the great Simon Templar, and now it's don't listen to the great Simon Templar. Now, I hope you'll have made up your wee mind by the time I get back.
But it didn't even sound like Simon.
If you are Sebastian Toombs of the Test Tube and Cobwebby Laboratories, I am Florence Nightingale.
Well, you minister most ably, Miss Nightingale.
Who are you, really?
My name is Simon Templar.
Simon? The saint?
Yes.
Oh, thank God, I thought you were the law. But you do work for Bartlett.
Oh, yes, I do.
I think we can get together.
Well, I'm all for togetherness.
If you can help me to persuade Bartlett to go and work for the people that I represent, I'll split my fee with you.
Oh, yes. In what currency? Cuban, Angolan, Russian?
What's the difference? I assure you your bank will accept the money.
No.
It's not such a bad deal. Someone like Bartlett could be earning from $2,000, maybe $300,000 a year, having limousines, servants, girls, boys, whatever turns him on. Simon, offer it to him. I'll bet my life he buys.
Sam, you're a cynic.
Oh, that's just a name that romantics give to realists. Let's talk it over.
Oh, let's talk it over. By all means.
Oh, excuse me. I've been calling you. My father had a message to meet you down at the harbour, and it didn't seem like your voice to me.
How long ago did he leave?
About 10 minutes.
Oh, that is very neat. You keep me occupied while your people make the snaps. That is very neat indeed. Now, you go get Bouchroyd. The old harbour.
Pete? Allez, on y va.
Bonjour, madame. It's a nice boat. May I? Pierre.
Trusting Simon Templar was like trusting a poisonous snake. Drink that down now. No, I believe the phone call which lured your father out was from Templar himself. Hello? Inspector LeBeau, please. Max Boothroyd, DI6. You better stay here. You'll be safe and nearby if anything comes up. Our inspector.
I see. The old switcheroo. I hope they paid you well.
Monsieur Templer, I'm Inspector LeBeau. You are under arrest, monsieur, for the kidnap of Professor Jean Bartlett.
Inspector, this is just a little bit ridiculous, don't you think?
Yes, I do. Ridiculous that you be entrusted with Bartlett's welfare. Where is he, Templar? What was that little boat ride all about, eh?
Well, I'll tell you, Max. I understand that swimming very often damages the clothing, so I thought if I took a nice little boat out...
Monsieur, your personal differences aside, you were in the vicinity. You did arrive back. Professor Bartlett did not.
Inspector, I regret bitterly arriving back.
LeBeau, I want this man safe and sound in a jail cell till he tells us where he's got Bartlett stashed.
Just wait a minute. How is it that the people on board the Genius Incorporated boat you merely question, me you lock up?
I'm sorry, monsieur, but I'm obliged to feel in favor of the British intelligence.
Yes, well, Inspector, let me tell you that where British intelligence is supposed to have its British intelligence, there is apparently a boiled potato. The harbour. Meet? Yes, why not? Don't you ever go home?
Ah, ah ben. Maintenant, tu lui demandes quelque chose, hein? Tiens. Prends ça. Ma femme.
Ah. Her yacht's gone. Yeah. We need another boat. Encore un bateau.
Un bateau pour trouver ça? Mais il marche trop vite. Attendez. J'ai un cousin qui est aviateur, pilote des hélicoptères.
Where?
Aéroport.
Oh, come on. What are we waiting
Mais
for?
on marche.
All right. Where's Bartlett?
I haven't got him.
Oh, you mean you transferred him to that ship already?
What ship?
The ship that is even now steaming towards some lunatic country with Bartlett and his secret on board. That ship.
Don't be a damn fool. I sell people, not kidnap them. I like luxury, not prison.
So why were you running?
That DI-6 fathead Boothroyd. He told me to clear out or else I'll get impounded with my boat. I thought it was him coming after me in that helicopter.
I knew it. I knew it. I should have followed my hunches. I hope you don't mind my dropping in on you like this.
You can drop in on me anytime.
Bon voyage.
Fool.
You'd have thought we'd have heard something by now. I mean, where's Mr. Boothroyd?
That's his car now, miss.
Miss Bartlett?
Are you okay?
Emma, I'm fine.
Thought you'd been spirited off to some foreign country or something.
Well, as a matter of fact, I am. Yeah, come here a minute. You know how I've had to claw and scratch my way through life? Well, I've got to be sure that it's going to come to something.
What are you talking about? Mr. Boothroyd?
Our Official Secrets Act says that what your father has to offer may not be offered. National security and all that. So he's chosen to go where he and his work will get proper appreciation.
What?
Now, you have to understand. Where I'm going, the people have promised that my work will be put to benefit. I've been planning it for some time. And Boothroyd set it up, but I couldn't tell you.
But you're DI6. You're supposed to represent our government.
After 20 years of loyal poverty, I'm now taking the opportunity to represent me. And it is time to go, Professor.
You can't.
Emma, I love you. I'll send for you as soon as I get settled.
Please don't go.
I pray that you'll decide to come. You think about it. You're the only thing I've got left in this world.
What's the matter? Aren't you defecting with your boss?
Till we're sure they're safely away, I'll be waiting right here, miss. With you.
Cheer up, Professor. The move is a good one for both of us.
I was thinking about my daughter. And maybe a wee bit about my conscience.
Turning your back on a world that's turned his back against you? On a labor you've given a lifetime to? Huh. Conscience? I was conscientious for 20 years. Duty, loyalty. Relax, Professor. We're driving on the smoothest road that either of us have ever known.
Where's your father, Emma?
Gone with Boothroyd.
Yes. I bet you know, don't you? Come on.
Right, yes. The Aero Club near Cannes. Oh.
Now, you said he went with Boothroyd. You didn't say Boothroyd took him. Do you mean he went willingly?
Simon, don't blame him. You don't understand.
Yes, well, maybe if I can get there in time, he'll explain. Yeah, watch him. Pierre, phone the police. Get them to the Aero Club at Cannes. Now, up.
Here we are. This way.
Vite, vite!
Put me down. Close as you can. Stay back.
Back off.
Keep away, Emma.
You really disappoint me, Max.
Get in. Take it.
Right, stop the car.
Too bad, Templar. Can't win them all.
Oh, my darling.
Professor, there may be a way to sort this one out. Depending, of course, on how you feel.
I feel like a damned fool, son. And that, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to the intervention of a very good friend, is the basic premise as will be published by Her Majesty's government. Rest, you're free to work out for yourselves, if you can.